Well, here we are at the Melbourne ANZAAB Rare Book Fair. We're in our third day. We've had a wonderful time. We've met some wonderful people, and I just think it's such a privilege to be able to see some of the amazing books at this fair. There was a Shakespeare I saw from 1725. There's a hand-painted Japanese book just 3 rooms down from me that's $123,000. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. If you're into rare books, rare prints, and you really should come to these fairs and support ANZAAB and ANZAAB wherever they have their fairs around the world. For example, there's one in New York next April, which sounds fabulous. Now, I've produced a little Egypt in the Antipodes catalogue of my latest books. There's 23 books in there, and they're absolutely gorgeous. They're super rare, and they're on Egypt, Greece, Rome. There's a first edition, or only one in the world edition of Pettigrew's Egyptian mummies. There's a signed edition of with a nameplate of the Prime Minister of England, Robert Peel, who invented the police force as we know it. There's a book on Napoleon that was written in 1816 that was about his voyage to St Helena, where of course he eventually passed away. There's EEF fund reports, there's books on English history, there's books on Bertrand Russell. I sort of brought everything along. We also have some beautiful David Roberts prints from the first edition books, and I've got them framed up behind me. You might be able to see one or two there. And of course, always we try and publicise our Egypt societies in Victoria, New South Wales, Western Australia, Adelaide, and also of course the Egypt Exploration Society in London, which I'm, as you know, very fond of, and of course we're the authorised bookseller for the ES in Australia. So, you know, I know this fair's almost finished, but there's always one coming up, and keep your eye out in the newspapers for them, and come along and support rare books in Australia.